What is good, y'all? I just want to start off the video, man. Another unfortunate thing. Another icon has passed. Big John Thompson. Shout out to Pat Ewing. Got my Georgetown hat on. Of course, had my Georgetown jersey on. Rest in peace to Big John, man. He's done so many things for the DC community, for black people. I mean, in general, you know, in basketball and sports, there would be no, I'm not going to say there would be no Allen Iverson, but Allen Iverson would not have gotten the opportunity to even play in the NBA if it wasn't for Big John. So many players, you know, Dikembe Mutombo going through Georgetown, Alonzo Mourning, Pat Ewing, Othello Harrington, Junkyard Dog, Jerome Williams. So many good players to come through Georgetown University. The first black coach to win a national championship. I mean, he's done so many things in DC for the community. I mean, it's just crazy. It's like we lose another one after another one, but he lived a great life. I myself didn't really get to witness John Thompson, but I heard the stories and I watched the old videos of us winning the championship. You know, him getting booed at Syracuse and him just going like this, welcoming the boos. You know, he wanted to get booed because it was a big rivalry with Syracuse back in the day. You know, Big John with the towel, you know, biting the towel, you know. So it's crazy, man. It really is. You know, we went to the national championship 3 or 4 times. We got one back in 1984. You know, I hope Georgetown can somehow, some way get back to those days somehow. But the whole full court press, you know, I can go on and on and on about John Thompson. Just making the Big East what it was. There's no Big East without John Thompson. There's no Big East, and every kid growing up wanted to go to Georgetown back in the 80s and 90s. So just wanted to talk about Big John, man. Rest in peace, Big John. Rest in peace, man. But yeah, we'll get to Washington football real quick. So today was a practice at FedEx Field. It wasn't really a scrimmage. I mean, they did do 11 versus 11, but they didn't do a scrimmage like how the Eagles did a scrimmage or how the Giants did a scrimmage. And I know there's a lot of Eagles people are watching my videos. I know it. I know the dislikes. I see y'all. And I love it because it was the same time last year. Eagles fans started creeping out of the woodworks. They started watching my videos, trying to get little nuggets and see what we're saying and what we're doing. I get it. You know, I'm watching Eagles YouTubers too. I'm watching y'all too. I know what y'all talking about. I know what y'all are going through. Y'all begging for Leonard Fournette. Y'all are begging for and crying for Riley Reef. I know some Skins fans are crying for Riley Reef too. So I'm not going to, you know, be like, hey, you know, that's a bad thing. But, you know, I'm not going to talk my trash just yet, you know, with Eagles fans. So I'm going to get to y'all. But I see y'all. I know y'all up in these videos. I know y'all up in these comments too. But there was supposed to be a scrimmage or whatever. Everybody's hyped up for a scrimmage at 7 o'clock, but it never really happened. Or I think Washington media kind of got it confused or getting people confused. They had a closed practice. They had an open practice from like 1 o'clock till 2, and then they started doing 11 versus 11. That was closed. That was not open to the media. Or it was open to the media, but they weren't going to do play-by-play. It was Julie Donaldson, D'Angelo Hall, and the guy Bram Weinstein. They did a play-by-play, but whatever. Today, Kendall Fuller didn't participate in practice. Jonathan Allen didn't participate in practice. Thomas Davis left. I want to say the middle of practice he left, and somebody else. AGG didn't participate in practice either, I don't think. The wide receiver room is getting tough, man. Isaiah Wright made a hell of a catch today. He made a hell of a catch or a heck of a catch from Kyle Allen. I saw that one on Twitter. That was a beautiful catch. He had over the shoulder. It was a great catch. Dontrell Inman played well. I heard Dwayne Haskins hit Dontrell Inman over the middle for a touchdown as well. I'm reading some tweets here from Zach Selby. Jimmy Moreland made some plays again. Ronald Darby had an interception on Dwayne Haskins at the end of practice. Dwayne Haskins had a good connection with Dontrell Inman. Haskins just delivered a nice throw to Dontrell Inman. He was in double coverage, but came down with the catch. One play later, Haskins completed a pass in the end zone to Marcus Ball. So Marcus Ball has been playing really well as well. I mean, another Ohio State alum. Marcus Ball has been playing well. Haskins during the next session of 11 versus 11 was 3 for 3 on passes to Marcus Ball, Adrian Peterson, and Steven Sims. Sims made a nice grab on the sideline just before going out of bounds. Now, I did see the video on Twitter, on Instagram, where Dwayne Haskins, he runs out of the pocket, looks very mobile. Hits Steve Sims on the sideline for a nice first down gain. Zach Selby also says Antonio Gibson's change of direction is insane. He just made one small pivot in the backfield and sprinted to the end zone. So that's good things to hear from Antonio Gibson. He's been looking really, really good in practice. Looked really, really good today. So he is our secret weapon. Teams are starting to know about him, but he's a rookie, and he's going to surprise a lot of. He's not really going to surprise us, but he's going to be a big weapon for us. I can't wait to see Antonio Gibson play. Zach Selby also says Kyle Allen in the red zone drill with a touchdown to Trey Quinn. The two have developed a strong chemistry over the past 2 weeks. So yeah, the wide receiver position is tough. It's not it doesn't look good on paper. But for the guys who are fighting and battling for a roster spot, it is tough. Isaiah Wright, Jonathan Johnson, Darvin Kidsy was released today. The team signed Troy Brown out of Colorado. He had 700-something yards last year in college, and he did play with Steven Montez, who is the third or fourth string quarterback on the roster right now. I don't know if he's going to make the roster. He'll probably at least make the practice squad. I think both guys from Colorado, Steven Montez is going to make the practice squad, and then Troy Brown, the guy we signed today, will probably make the practice squad as well. He made some nice catches in college. All these guys are good college. Darvin Kidsy was a good college player too. He's been released, so I don't think he'll be on the practice squad anymore because I think this is how it's going to go. And I'm going to make a wide receiver video, but I really think Isaiah Wright is not going to make the roster. I think he's going to be on the practice squad. And the reason why I say this is because Ron Rivera said the thing about veterans, will be picked over the young guys because of no OTAs, no mini camps, and the way that the offseason has gone in 2020. So it's unfortunate. I think Isaiah Wright is more talented than Trey Quinn and has more explosiveness. He's better on special teams. And Trey Quinn has been pretty awful returning punts. It's like you might as well just go ahead and fair catch it every time because you're not doing anything with the ball when you get it. So, but yeah, I just see Trey Quinn making it. And I think Cam Sims had a drop. He bobbled it. That turned into an interception. And I want to say Cameron Curl came up with the interception. So he's been another surprise too. He was a 7th-round pick. Cameron Curl looks like he's going to make the roster at the safety position. So we have a deep safety position. We have some depth at the safety. Like I said, not any stars at safety. Now we do have a star in McLaurin at the wide receiver position, but overall it is lacking. I'll just say that, or it has potential. And we just have to see more from the wide receiver position. Same thing with the free safety position. We just have to see more. We have to see Troy Apke do the stuff that he's doing in practice. We have to see him do it in a game. I have not been able to see him do it in the game, except for the one interception that he had against Jimmy G last year in that rain game. And then DeShazier Everett is the special teams guy, and then the guy Cameron Curl is a rookie. So we just haven't seen it yet. Chase Young had a good day from what I heard. He had a sack. There was actually a play where Dwayne Haskins evaded. Rhiannon Walker says Dwayne Haskins goes over to the defensive huddle to give Chase Young a little bump following his last 11-on-11 rep. Young was a hand away from tagging Haskins for the sack, but the quarterback escaped and hit Steven Sims Jr. on the sideline. A little friendly Buckeye competition, I imagine. So looks like Chase Young and Dwayne Haskins were going back and forth, just having a little fun. Chase Young almost had the sack, but Dwayne, evaded the pocket and made him miss. That's the good thing about Haskins losing the 10 to 15 pounds over the offseason. Haskins gets 3 plays in the first team period. AP rushes up the middle. So Adrian Peterson been balling, doing his thing. We don't have to really worry about Adrian Peterson. Short pass, and then Haskins has a short pass to McLaurin between Jimmy Moreland and Kevin Pierre-Louis, and then McLaurin can't haul in a laser from Haskins. Was a little out of his reach, but catchable. Second team up now. Somebody did ask about Terry McLaurin, how he's been doing in practice. He doesn't really have to show me anything, in my opinion. I'm not gonna say that. Actually, I'll take that back. I think we all know what we're getting from Terry McLaurin. I don't see a sophomore slump. I just don't see that happening. Knock on wood. I think Terry McLaurin is by far the best wide receiver on this roster, and I love Steve Sims Jr. But Terry McLaurin is just head over heels over everybody else. And I think he's gonna have a Pro Bowl year. I think he's gonna have 1,000 yards this season. Before I was a little skeptical on it. But since I'm hearing that Dwayne Haskins is playing pretty well in practice, I heard he's been up and down, but he's been a lot better. And you just see the connection with him and Inman and McLaurin and Steve Sims. And I think McLaurin, after I saw that bomb that he threw where Greg Stroman tripped up McLaurin and he still caught the pass, then he got up and punted the football and talked and stuff, I was like, yeah, McLaurin, he's going to have 1,000-yard season. So on the move the ball period, I already read that where he threw an interception to Darby, but he went 4 for 5 on that drive. Chase Young was on a Zoom conference today. He said it felt good to be in FedEx Field. He said it's about 12 minutes from his house, and it's been a long time coming to get to this moment. He also said, when I put the helmet on, I'm not Chase Young anymore. I turn into something different. That's pretty funny. Yeah, he turns into the Predator. That's what he turns into. So another nugget was they had fake crowd noise today. So I did hear that in some of the videos that they put on Twitter and Instagram. So that is something that I think will give us an advantage week 1 against the Eagles. You know, usually when we do play the Eagles, I'll admit, you know, the Philly fans have taken over the stadium the last 2 times we played them. Now, when we played at home where we should have won that game, we're up at half. It was a lot of Eagles fans. We weren't playing for anything. We were already out of playoff contention. But this time, of course, everybody's in playoff contention. Everybody's undefeated. Everybody's 0-0. So they will, you know, third downs, the crowd, they're going to be pumping up the crowd noise, you know, and when it's third down for us, it should be dead silent. So we're actually going to have a home field advantage. We're actually going to have one. We haven't had one in over a year or 2 years, but we're actually going to have a home field advantage. So you got to think about that. So there's some little nuggets that do give us advantages in this game. I'm telling you, I'm going to go, you know, 2 weeks from now, or we're going to have from now, I'm going to do my keys to victory, how we're going to beat the Eagles. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be next week. I'll do those videos. Ben Standing said running back and linebacker going 1-on-1 in the passing game. Bryce Love completely faked out Reuben Foster with a step inside before breaking out. And then I heard on the radio, D'Angelo Hall said Bryce Love basically broke Reuben Foster's ankles, and he dropped to his knees. Kalika Hudson knocked the pass away, intended for Adrian Peterson, and then hung tight on Gibson. So Kalika Hudson's been playing pretty good. Kevin Pierre-Louis has been playing really well as well. That's what I've heard. I think Kevin Pierre-Louis might actually start. In my last video, I talked about Thomas Davis. I didn't say that he did. I actually forgot to talk about Thomas Davis in my last video. I didn't say that he was one of the 3 starting linebackers. I think it's going to be Thomas Davis, Cole Holcomb, and then it might be Kevin Pierre-Louis. I don't think it's going to be Reuben Foster. They're actually talking about putting Reuben Foster on the PUP list or on our IR. They might think he's not 100% ready just yet. That's what I'm hearing. So we'll see. It was a catastrophic injury for Reuben Foster, and it just takes time to come back from that, you know. So I'll look at some other tweets here. I think Ron Rivera talked today. Dwayne Haskins had a press conference today. He talked about how he's been doing better in the off season. So that's good to hear. He just looks more comfortable. He looks more confident, man. He looks a lot more confident, man, and I love it. I love to hear it from Dwayne Haskins. He said he feels more comfortable. He's trusting himself at the top of his drop. If the throw is there, he's going to make it. And Ron Rivera talked about the Darvin interception. He said a veteran corner baited him into the mistake, and Haskins got greedy. Talking about Haskins, Ron Rivera said he's growing, he's learning, he's developing. Despite the circumstances, Ron Rivera thinks that Haskins has handled it very well. After watching yesterday's film, Ron Rivera believes they got what they wanted to with the special teams work. Highlighted 2 veterans, John Bostic and Jeremy Sprinkle, and 3 rookies, Antonio Gibson, Cameron Curl, and James Smith-Williams. So special teams is huge on making the roster. I mean, I think Jeremy Sprinkle's going to make the roster. I just haven't heard anything about Hale Hinches, and I'm disappointed in that because I am a Hale Hinches supporter. I'm a Hale Hinches fan, and I really want him to make this roster, but I just don't know if he's really going to make it. I don't think Richard Rodgers is going to make it. I haven't heard anything from Richard Rodgers. I think it's going to be Marcus Ball, Logan Thomas, and Jeremy Sprinkle. Hale Hinches will probably be on the practice squad, or he still could make this roster. Offensive line work, Morgan Moses played decent today. A lot of people really want Riley Reif. They don't believe in Jaron Christian. They don't believe in Cornelius Lucas. Wes Martin's been battling, and of course Brandon Sheriff's been playing well. Basically, Kyle Stackpole has said that Bryce Love had a nice run weaving through defenders. And then the offensive line, Morgan Moses and Chase Young have been talking a lot, learning from each other and teaching each other different moves and technique. And that's good to hear. Another play-by-play, first team offense gets the ball first and goal from the 10, but can't get into the end zone. The first play, Chase Young beat Morgan Moses and sealed the left edge. Peyton Barber had nowhere to go on. And then on third down, Fabian Moreau broke up a pass to Marcus Ball in the end zone. So, yeah, Cameron Curl did get his 3rd interception of training camp. Adrian Peter rushed up the middle for a short pass, and then McLaurin's already talked about that one. I just got to watch some linebacker, running back drills. Antonio Gibson won all 3 of his reps, and Love made a nice move on Reuben Foster. So, yeah, Antonio Gibson's been balling. He's been unguardable, and that's something that we've kind of been missing. We had somebody who could do things like Antonio Gibson a little bit with Chris Thompson, where he could run routes and run out of the backfield and line up in the slot position. But Chris Thompson, he just wasn't available as much as we wanted him to be. And maybe Antonio Gibson and J.D. McKissick can fill in for that role. And then once again, Chase Young dominates in practice, beating Morgan Moses here and there. So that's good to hear. So I'm excited, man. I really am. I'm ready for these roster cuts to be made. We'll be going live tomorrow at 7 with Kenny Man Fitness and my man DC Bay 72. We'll be talking sports. We'll be talking football. Of course, Washington football. And then, they're big basketball heads. We might talk a little bit of basketball here and there, maybe towards the end. Talking some Wizards and, of course, paying our respects to Big John. So, yeah, I can't wait, man. Like I said, I know these Eagles fans up and watching these videos, man. I know it because it's that time of year. It is that time of year. Giants did sign Logan Ryan. That move doesn't really move me a lot. He's older, so I'm not really concerned about that move, to be honest with you. Leonard Fournette, I wouldn't go after Leonard Fournette. We know how Jay Gruden doesn't like running back, so I'm not surprised that they actually cut Leonard Fournette. Because, he probably said they don't want Leonard Fournette unless they're going to run the football 55 times in I formation. So, if we do pick up Leonard Fournette, I won't be surprised because Ron Rivera loves running backs. He's obsessed with running backs. I didn't even think we were going to sign Peyton Barber when we did. And Darius Geis being released, it does open up a roster spot. That is a fact. So, I would not sleep on that. I highly doubt we get Leonard Fournette. But I would not 100% sleep on the move. I would not. I don't think it's going to happen, but I wouldn't sleep on the move happening. So we'll see, guys. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at 7. Rest in peace, Big John. Go Hoyas. All right, y'all. Peace.